Little money, little talent go a long way. It won't happen overnight, gotta have faith, gotta have drive, make it a beat.
Hey guys, this video is the best way to get legend loot, red loot, and to farm legend missions. All you need for this is Kruber, Barden, and Carillion level 25 plus, and your mage level 25 plus, and I will show you what gear is preferable at the end of this. But all you're going to want to do is come select mission, war camp, legend, play. Now many of you guys already know this glitch, but I'm going to show you the best way to do it to maximize XP and loot.
Thanks to our efforts, the locale seething with North.
Many people show this glitch on YouTube, but they don't show. One video might not show you their gear, one video might show you a false way of getting in back into the map, one way might show you where you don't get chests and all you get is XP. This is the best method on Warhammer Vermintide 2 to farm the best loot in the game. Like I said, I will show you all talents that I use, preferably. I will show you the weapons I use for my bots that I prefer myself, and I will show you the gear I use and their properties and traits, once again, that I prefer myself. And if you guys have suggestions, leave them in the comments. So when you spawn in on the war camp, you're going to want to come over to this rock face right here and wait for your super to build up. And once I'm in this corner, as you feel there's a corner here, I look straight down. And now this is on Xbox One, works on PC as well. Once I get my super, I hold left bumper, I back up, I go back in. And right now you can see that the circle isn't on the ground, it's actually on the rocks. Now, if it doesn't work for you, now it worked for me first try, but if it doesn't work for you, you're just going to want to back up and go back in. And once you get it in this position, you know it's in the right spot, and you can go ahead, let go of left bumper. Then you're now on the rocks. I just walk around this tree, fall down, go up this ledge right here. I just keep going along until I'm in the clearing, and then I make a left. And I walk absolutely straight. Now unfortunately my Marcus, I did take a while at the spawn. You're going to want to do that part with a bit of speed. That's okay if my Marcus takes damage. It's fine. But you're going to walk straight from here and just get through the trees. Don't worry about your bots. Don't worry about their health. Everything is 100% fine. Like I said, I'm just walking straight. I'm not lining myself up with anything. Now, if you want to go back and replay this part where I do make my left turn, like I said, I just walk to where I'm in the clearing and I walk straight to the left. And all along this cliffside, as you see here and here, there are these trenches. Any trench is safe to go down. I recommend you not walk off the side of the cliff, as you will take considerable damage. But now that we're down the cliffside, I usually head towards that pillar, that tall pillar. So you walk through the water and you want to get to this cliffside. I just walk to this pillar. Now once you're here, as you can see, there's a bit of a pathway going up this rock face. So I'll back up, I'll show you. You know, there's a lot of ways. You know, there's a big cliff here, but this is the only spot that to me looks like a path. So it might be hard to get up to at this point, so I just jump and I make it past. In this part, I jump in, I hold to the right, and I make it up. Then once you're up, you want to walk to your left once again. Be careful you don't fall off the side now. And you're going to come to this hill. And now this is the one thing that I'd like to correct other people that do. They do it the wrong way when they're getting back in the map. This is the way I do it. I find it safe. You're just going to want to walk up this little first part and then stop. Go to your right. jump over this little hump, and now you're on this ledge. Now I might mess this up, guys, but it's fairly easy to do and you might get it first try. Then you want to just jump around this cliff to this little ledge. Now what you're doing is you're trying to jump to the, as you can see here, you're going to have a hard time getting up this part. So I try and jump to this corner here, and now I'm on the corner. And I slowly make my way around the rock until I get to the top, and I jump. And now I'm on this hill. And then, now this pillar, this beam right here, I jump on this beam, I walk up to the last spike, and I jump through this beam into the map. But I messed it up. So what you gotta do is you just go back on the beam, walk up, jump back in the map, and now here are my bots. And now I'm at the end of the mission, the war camp. Now there might be enemies here, but if your bots will take care of them. Now there might be an item here, so always check in the little crates and barrels. And there's a possible of an item in this chest. This time we have a potion of strength. Now don't worry about any music, any boss music. There is no rush, for the boss is stuck. For those of you that are familiar with the map, the boss is stuck behind the wall that you have to open up using the battering ram. And you just grab a potion. My bots will grab a potion. See, they've healed themselves. If they have full health, everyone gets a potion. That's fine. Now we might get a loot rat, loot dice. Who knows? This time I got a potion of strength. Then you just come in here with your bots. Now there is a chance that I might fail this battle. It is on legend. I beat it about every 10 times I play it, I fail. So I just stun him, and I use a series of heavy attacks. This time I'm going to drink my potion. You might not get one, but I'm going to drink mine. I let him hurt me so I could stun him again. Kruber stunned him as well, so good on my bot. I find the bots aren't that good. Okay, here we go. Oh, Kruber stunned him even again. Now, your Kruber might not do that. My Kruber sometimes doesn't stun him, sometimes he will. And now ads will spawn. And it's kind of a grab bag, like a Chinese mystery box as to what kind of ads you might get. I got 1 Chaos Warrior. I've had times where I've had 3 Chaos Warriors spawn. And, oh, look, I got another one here. And they can be kind of tricky, but I've geared my bots properly, and I will show you how you can do that yourself. So you just want to use your mage, and you want to just give him a series of stuns. It allows you to attack him, it allows your bots to attack him, and it allows you maybe even to clear ads. But you don't have to save your stun for the boss. You can use your stun on ads if need be. Boom, I've killed the boss. None of my bots died. Sometimes my Carillion dies, that's alright. You make sure you grab the 2 loot die. I save my teleport for the bottom, and you'll see why. You might actually not see why, 'cause sometimes it's random as to how they spawn, but there can be enemies near where the portal is, and I don't like to be encumbered. Now at this point you can invite a friend, or if you want to do this with friends, I can show you the method in another video if you want. But as you see, there's enemies here, so I'm just gonna teleport past them, boom, and now I'm in the circle, and in a matter of minutes, this is actually under 10 minutes to do in a complete run. But there you go, War Camp completed on Legend. And a vault, so that's 1,000 XP. Boom, there we go. My Sienna is now level 30 plus 169. I've done this quite a bit. Boom, so I now get a vault, guaranteed. So there we go, a commoner's vault. And when you run this, you get a commoner's vault or a merchant's vault. And either way, a vault is the best tier loot in the game. So as you see, me, damage dealt, my character only did 357 damage. The mage is not geared towards killing high-level enemies, but I have my Bardin, I have my Carillion, and I have my Marcus, and they do the damage. That's why I suggest stunning the boss for the best effect. So let's go back to the keep here, and I will show you guys the gear that I have on my characters that I find is works really well for me. So I'm gonna press start. So the mace that I use, it's not red, but I use crit chance and crit power. I don't necessarily care about the trait. That's my mace. The staff I use, I very rarely use it, but it's power versus berserkers. My advice would be to use this one I normally use right here, and it's power versus armored. Anything powered versus armored, power versus chaos is very good. My necklace, which all my characters use, is 10 plus damage reduction versus Skaven, because sometimes there can be Skaven enemies when you come back into the map, and plus 20 health. The charm that all my characters use is 10 plus powered versus armor. Now, any charm with power versus armor is good. Eventually you will get reds doing this. Now, as you see, I've had quite a number of reds, 10 in fact, of the charms, and you will 100% get this if you stick with this regiment. Now, power versus armor and attack speed, and increase the duration of potions by 50%. That's very good. I forgot to mention on my necklace, it is 25% chance not to consume a healing item on use. That is very important for you and your bots. And the trinket I use is cooldown reduction, which is very good to get your super back fast, and 30 plus revive speed. Now I have revive speed on because now what you want to use on your trinket for trait, that's up to you. I use revive speed because sometimes the bots can go down, sometimes I even go down, and I find it very good to have it as like a safety precaution, but you can use whatever you feel will be better for you. Now, as my talents for Sienna, I use 1-1-3-2-1. This is the combination that I find works best for me, and you guys can use whatever you feel like will work the best for you. Now I'm going to switch characters here. I'm going to start at the very top with the Foot Knight Kruber, which I use in the boss fight. So for my Kruber, I use a two-handed hammer, power versus chaos, and stamina. I find that very useful when it comes to traits. You guys can use whatever you want to use. It's up to you. But I use power versus chaos and stamina on my two-handed hammer. I find it does the most damage. People like the halberd. I like both the halberd and the two-handed hammer. Both have shield breaking, so either one is good. I've done it with both. I use a two-handed hammer. I have him use the handgun. I find the bots don't use their range weapons that much, so if he's going to use one, I want one to be high damage. Now, the repeater has, as you see there in the green writing, shield breaking, but I like the high damage from the handgun, because when he uses it, if he uses it, does a lot of damage. And that is my Kruber weapons. The talents, as you guys can see, is 2-2-3-2-1. Like I said, that works best for me. As long as you get your boss to 25, you can do this 100%. You do not have to be 30, just 25 on each of the bots you're going to have. If you don't have Victor leveled up, don't worry about Victor. You'll never get him as a bot while you're playing on Xbox. When you're playing as Sienna, which is the character you have to use, do the glitch. Now let's move on to Slayer Barden. I use Slayer Barden for his sheer ability to do high damage. Now, his primary weapon that I use is the Great Axe, which is, as you guys can tell, power versus chaos, which I mentioned I really like, and attack speed. His trait, the traits never really matter to me, but I like the power versus chaos and attack speed. Now, he never pulls out his secondary weapon. I find that Barden bot only uses the first weapon you give him when you're using Slayer, but that is alright. But I have the dual axes anyways, power versus chaos and attack speed, just in case. Oh, my bad, I think I showed you, my bad. Power versus Chaos, and Crit Power was the Great Axe. I'm sorry about that misconstruity. And then the talent for Slayer Barden is 1-1-1-2-1, and those I find work really well with the bots. But like I say, you can use whatever you feel is better for you. And last but not least, my Shade Carillion. For her, I have a glaive because the glaive is shield breaking and it has high damage, which is amazing to get two of the same in the same weapon. Like I said, it's very amazing to get high damage and shield breaking, and it's very good for taking down Chaos Warriors. The faster the Chaos Warriors go down, if you do get any, the easier your mission will be. And as you see, Power versus Chaos and Crit Power. And then the bow she has, which is a longbow. Power versus armor. Like I said, this isn't red, so it's power versus armor and crit power. It's the best I could get. I do have lots of materials, as you guys can see, but that's the best I could get. And talents is 2-1-1-2-1, and that is what works best for me. So I will make a video on how you will need to do this if you're playing with another person. So stay tuned. It'll be coming out almost very shortly after this. I just wanted to make sure that this was the best tutorial on how to get yourself legend loot and red items. This is the absolute fastest way to do it. And the best part is you don't need people to do it with. You can rely solely on yourself for those of you that find it hard to play with other people. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you use it as much as I use it. As you saw, all my characters are 30 plus 50 or something. So that being said, I hope you guys have a good day.